him, today I will give you the carcasses of the Philistine armies to the birds of the air. So he told them, I'm here. I have my Lord, my God with me. And now I'm going to tear you guys apart. You want to fight? You got to fight. See, that's how sometimes you got to be when the enemy comes against you and he tries to sling you down. You say, you want to fight? We're going to fight. Remember, you're not fighting. This is representing a physical war. But remember, we're fighting principalities. So you have to come, when you come against the devil, you got to come with fasting, with prayer, you got to come with the word. It's so important that you read your word, because at any given point in time, you're going to have to use the word to get you across to that whatever it is you're trying to battle. Now then he goes on to tell him, he said, and the whole world is going to know that there is a God in Israel, and it's not by sword or by spear that the Lord saves. For the battle is the Lord's, and He will give you all. He will give you all into your hands. So what does that tell you? You're going to go through things in life. You're going to go through challenges. You got two things you can do. There's some interesting points in the story, because, I mean, it went on to, I don't know if you guys know the story now, but it went on that David killed the giant. He took a stone and found a weak point in Goliath's armor, and he knocked him down. And after he knocked him down, he took Goliath's own sword, cut his head off, and just showed it up in victory. See, sometimes we go through battles, and we go through things. God gives us the victory, but we're too timid to show the devil that, hey, you couldn't get me down. God brought me through this. See, God doesn't take you through things so that you can be quiet about it. I may be going through something, and when I testify about it, somebody else might be going through that, and they can say, you know what, if he made it, then I can make it. If he put his trust in God, then I can put my trust in God, and I can get across the same battle too. How many of you guys know that when you let God do his thing, and you let go, how many of you have ever experienced God in your life, and how he opened a door for you? That you thought, you know what, I don't know how that door was open, but that had to be God. How many of you guys ever experienced that? Now, there's some points in this story that I want you to remember. David chose to wear his own armor and not the king's armor. Because the reason why he chose it, because it wasn't familiar to him. Remember, if something is unfamiliar to you, you're going to be what? You're going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to want to go into battle with something that's unfamiliar. He was comfortable with his simple slingshot, a weapon he used to use all the time. And you know what God uses? He uses your skills. See, God will use the unique skills that He's already placed in your hands, so that you can go out and you can fight your own battle. See, I'm not going to use EJ's weapons to fight my battles, because those are EJ's weapons. They're unfamiliar to me. He can tell me, hey, look, they're the best. It's made out of the best. This is the best armor money can buy. And I can look at it and be like, well, it wasn't made for me. It doesn't fit me. I don't know how to use it. So if I go into battle with his armor, I'm going to be unfamiliar with it. I might lose my battle. But see, God has placed skills in each and every one of our lives. And those skills are unique to each and every one of us. See, each and every one of us has a DNA. And we're all different. And God made you that way. So that when there come certain things in your life, you can conquer every battle with your own unique skills that you have. Now, if you go on to look at it, there's an interesting point in this story. David had two choices. He could have went to the battlefield and did what he was told to do, and looked at that giant and ran away just like all the other people in the army. Or second, he could have said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this enemy just ridiculing us, defying us, cursing at us, and us here taking it. He decided to take a stand. And not only that, he decided to go a step further. And he said, you know what? I'm going to face my giant. I'm not going to run away anymore. I'm not going to let this giant just control my life. I'm going to face this giant. And I want you guys to get ready to play that clip up there if you can. And there comes a point in our lives where we have to look at our problems and we have to look at them not through our eyes, but through God's eyes. See, what looks impossible for us doesn't look impossible for God. So you got to look, every time you're going through something, you say, you know what, God, I could probably do half of it, maybe 90%, maybe 95%, but that last 5%, I don't know how I'm going to do that. And all you have to do is say, you know what, God, I'm going to do my 95%. I'm going to put 100% into that 95%, and I'm going to let you handle the other 5%. I'm not even going to worry about it. And I want you guys to look at something. I want you to look at this clip, and I want you to think about something while you look at this clip. And I want you to think about while you're looking at this clip, how David had two choices. He could have either laid down and just went back and retreated like a coward, or he could have faced his giant and he could have overcome that giant in his life. I want you guys to watch something real quick.